Dr. Nathan Cross had spent 3 months aboard the alien flagship Aurelium, and in that time he had earned a reputation. Cold, distant, and possibly arrogant. The Aurelians were a radiant species, their skin shimmering faintly like moonlit glass. They valued emotional transparency above all else. To them, withholding feelings was dishonesty. To them, distance was insult. And Dr. Cross was nothing but distance, especially from her. Princess Lyriel, heir to the Aurelian throne, had personally requested a human cultural specialist to study Earth's diplomatic structures. She expected curiosity, perhaps even admiration. Instead, she got careful eye contact, formal replies, measured steps backward whenever she stepped closer. The crew noticed. She unsettles him, one whispered. Humans fear what they don't understand, another concluded. Lyriel tried not to take it personally, but she felt it. Every calculated pause, every professional tone. One evening, beneath the bioluminescent ceiling of the observation deck, she confronted him. Dr. Cross, she said softly, her voice like layered chimes. Have I offended you? He stiffened. No, Your Highness. Then why do you avoid me? I do not avoid you. You orbit me like a cautious moon, she replied. Never closer. Silence stretched between them. Outside the viewport, stars drifted like scattered diamonds. Finally, he spoke. My position requires neutrality. Her luminous eyes narrowed slightly. Neutrality, or discomfort. He met her gaze then, truly met it for the first time. You are the future of your people, he said quietly. I am a visiting scientist. That does not explain the wall. He hesitated. Something flickered in his expression. Fear? Regret? You interpret distance as rejection, he said. Humans often interpret closeness as attachment. And attachment is undesirable. In diplomacy, it can be catastrophic. Lyriel studied him carefully. You think emotions make you weak. No, he corrected softly. They make us powerful. Then why fear them? He looked away. Because power without control destroys more than it protects. Before she could press further, an alarm pulsed through the ship, deep, urgent, foreign. The deck lights shifted to crimson. Incoming vessel, the ship's intelligence announced. Unidentified. Aggressive trajectory. Lyriel straightened instantly, every inch a princess now. Escort me to the command chamber. Dr. Cross didn't hesitate. He followed, but he positioned himself slightly behind her. Still at a distance, always at a distance. And yet, when the ship shuddered from the first impact blast, he was the first to step forward. The command chamber buzzed with military chaos. Unidentified warships fired continually. Commander reported, they're not responding. Lyriel's calm seemed unshaken. Shield integrity, 83% decreasing. Dr. Cross, near the central console, intensely analyzed tactical projections. This ship isn't targeting your engines. Commander puzzled. No, they're testing defensive frequencies. Lyriel. They want you alive, but vulnerable. Dr. Cross grimly. They're testing defensive frequencies. Lyriel. Testing? They want you alive, but vulnerable, he said grimly. But they'll use you to preserve their civilization. A blast rocked the chamber. The lights dipped. They're preparing to board. Whispered voices hinted at internal defense mobilization. Lyriel's eyes focused on him. Move to the inner sanctum. Orders were transmitted, but the hulls breached, alarm cascaded. Intruders, tall, metallic invaders, burst through the chamber. Aurelians, fire! Energy pulses echoed outside. Dr. Cross stealthily approached Lyriel. Your Highness, you need to relocate to the inner sanctum. My crew will fight. You're not hiding, he rejoined. You're preserving your civilization's continuity. The armored invaders roared and blasted. Energy flared around Dr. Cross. This mechanism, does it come from Earth? Lyriel stared at him, uncertainty dawning. It does, he responded. Your people engineered it. So do I. Our mission is to preserve your civilization. Energy flared in his shield. The blast dissipated. In battle, time slowed. Cross's shield flared for the first time. He stepped close to her. This story was initially published on Medium. It has been condensed for brevity and tone. Lyriel grabbed his arm before he could move toward the chamber doors. You speak of neutrality, she said fiercely. Yet you would sacrifice yourself? Cross allowed himself a faint smile. Humans are contradictory like that. Another blast hit his shield. It crackled dangerously. You think attachment weakens you? She pressed. No, he said softly. I think it makes us willing to do the impossible. The invaders closed in. He activated the manual override on his chest implant. Energy spiraled outward in controlled arcs. I kept my distance, he admitted quietly, because humans bond deeply. And when we bond, the implant began to overload. We protect. The chamber flooded with golden light. He launched himself forward into the corridor, drawing the invaders with him. "Seal the chamber," he shouted. The doors slammed shut behind him. Lyriel rushed to the viewport panel, just as a pulse of brilliant energy erupted outward from Cross's position. The shockwave tore through the ship and beyond. In space, the enemy warship flickered. Its adaptive systems failed instantly. Weapons went dark. Engines stalled. Aurelian defense cannons fired. Within seconds, the hostile vessel drifted lifeless. Silence fell. Emergency crews opened the corridor. Cross lay unconscious, but alive. The shielding implant, though cracked, had absorbed most of the backlash. Medical teams rushed him away. Hours later, in the healing chamber, Lyriel stood beside him as he stirred awake. "You survived," she whispered. "Was that not the objective?" he rasped. She shook her head gently. "You were never incompetent, or fearful, or prejudiced." "No," he said quietly. "Just careful." She studied him. "Humans do not distance themselves out of weakness," she said thoughtfully. "You do it to ensure that when the moment comes, you choose duty over desire." He looked at her, truly open now. "We choose both," he corrected. "We just protect what we care about, even from ourselves." Lyriel reached for his hand. This time, he did not pull away, and in that simple gesture, the Aurelians finally understood humanity's greatest strength. Not their technology, not their strategy, but their willingness to love fiercely and protect even more fiercely.